Thank you so much for coming. I'm joined this morning. I want to welcome the Honourable Premier, who's also the Minister for Health and Culture, Alden McLaughlin, the Ministerial Councillor for Health and Culture, Mr. Roy McTaggart, and Jason Brown, the man who's going to work the magic and make the tires disappear. Yay. So welcome everyone. I'm going to now ask the Premier to come and offer a few remarks.
Breeze.
Nice breezy day.
Yeah. Blow my speaker around. Thank you, Jennifer. Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today to witness the beginning of tire shredding operations at the landfill. This is another aspect of the work being done to resolve our landfill issues. It is a part of one of the final cogs in our plans to once and for all put in place an integrated solid waste management system. When our government took office almost 4 years ago, we committed to deal with issues of the landfill. Since then, we have been working tirelessly, pardon the pun, to implement a strategy that will see not only the issue of used tires resolved, but also the entire waste management system of the Cayman Islands redesigned. We began working on improving the landfill from the start of the term, implementing proper management and ensuring not just fire prevention, but safety to the public and those who work here. We spent more than $1.5 million on new excavators, garbage trucks, a compactor, and other equipment that was badly needed. With $90,000 worth of new recycling equipment and $50,000 spent on recycling bins, we are diverting recyclable materials from the landfill. Once we have an integrated solid waste system, we will see about 90% of all rubbish generated in the Cayman Islands kept out of the landfill. Today we begin another concept of recycling with tire shredding because the product is going to be reused. When the tires are shredded, the resulting material is known as tire-derived aggregate. This in turn can be used in construction projects and may even be used in projects here at the landfill. Island Recycling, with its overseas partner, Guernsey Recycling Group, was awarded the tire shredding contract last year. Their remit is to shred tires that have accumulated at the Georgetown landfill. It is hard to know exactly how many tires are here. We tried counting them. But it is expected to take Island Recycling almost a year to do the job. After that, once the situation is under control, the Department of Environmental Health will take over the recycling operations with our own smaller scale equipment to handle tires as they arrive at the landfill. Once the area is free of tires, we will use it for another recycling concept, composting. Ladies and gentlemen, my administration is one that prides itself on getting things done. And today we are seeing an example of us doing exactly what we said we would. I am also extremely pleased that we have been able to create a major opportunity for a Caymanian company to take on this important contract with its overseas partners. This means the creation of between 8 to 10 full-time jobs for Island Recycling's tire shredding contract, with employees able to transfer their training and experience once the contract is over. In a jurisdiction as small as Cayman, used tires are a major problem. We simply don't have the space to continually store and pile them. It is our mission to ensure that we have implemented a waste management system that will benefit our generation as well as that of our children and grandchildren. These beautiful islands are small, our environment precious, and it is essential that we take responsibility for waste minimization and disposal. That is why we have undergone procedures to ensure we get a waste management plan right. Just a few weeks ago, we signed a contract with a specialist legal team which will oversee the final stages of the waste management system contract being implemented. We went through a pre-qualification process last autumn to shortlist companies that could construct and operate the new waste management system for a 25-year period. Selected bidders submitted initial outline proposals in early February, and I'm pleased to tell you that a preferred bidder is expected to be announced by the end of next month. The proposed system will have waste reduction systems and a state-of-the-art waste-to-energy facility at the heart of its operations. It will be a world-class system of which we can all be proud, and one that others in the region can emulate. The launch of the Tyre shredding operations today marks a great stride forward in our bid to implement the new sustainable system. I am delighted that Davenport Development, and we have Ken Thompson and Paul Pearson here, and Ironwood Development have already reached agreements to take the Tyre material for the respective construction needs, for their respective construction needs. The collection, use, and processing of the tires, like our expanded recycling system at the supermarkets, is an excellent example of a circular economy. The very waste we produce becomes the feedstock for new business opportunities and employment. This kind of innovative thinking will contribute to a stronger, diverse economy through the creation of more on-island jobs. Once again, let me say what a great pleasure it is to be here today to witness the beginning of Tyre shredding operations. I commend Jason Brown and his team at Island Recycling, who have been working diligently to get us to this day. I also congratulate my team at the Ministry of Health and Culture, headed up by Councillor Roy McTaggart and Chief Officer Jennifer Ahern, and the Department of Environmental Health, who helped implement the contract. I know that Jason will explain more about how the equipment works shortly, and I'm looking forward to seeing a demonstration. But I will now give Councillor for Health, Roy McTaggart, a chance to say a few words. Thank you all for your attention.
Thank you, Premier. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Forgive me if I have a broad smile on my face this morning. Whoever would have thought that a pile of dirty old tires would look good? But that is exactly how they seem to me this morning. For what we are about to witness is a dream come true, and a long-term effort to actually deal with what has been not just a public health hazard, but one which has been an issue that has needed to be dealt with for the better part of a decade. But what you see behind me in terms of all the tires will soon be recycled into and turned into a new product that will be used rather than having to be disposed of in a permanent way in a landfill. And so for that, I have to commend our government and for those who are involved in the efforts that have been made to bring this to fruition. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes a lot of effort to get where we are today. And there are many dozens of people who have been involved in helping to achieve what we are about to witness today. And I'm looking forward to seeing this pile of debris and tires finally disappear and deal with what has been this long-standing problem. I say a very big welcome to the Brown family, and in particular to Jason, who has been working on this with the ministry now for quite a few months. And I know you too, Jason, must be glad to see this day finally arrive. I have watched the developments here as things have progressed, and it truly is a delight to see this finally be put into operation. Also like to acknowledge really the great efforts too of the people who work here at the landfill. Look around you this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Look over here to my left. What you see there isn't the same thing that existed 2 to 3 years ago. You get a view now of what has truly been happening here and how this place is being transformed as we prepare to implement the integrated solid waste management system. And as Premier mentioned, we are very close to announcing who the preferred bidder will be. And even though we are in moving forward through an election season, the work goes on. It must go on. And I'm looking forward to learning who those preferred bidders will be, and ultimately to seeing us finally implement a integrated solid waste management system. So I want to thank everyone, particularly you two from Davenport and Ironwood too, who have also committed to taking the material that will be produced. It is great. This is a very significant recycling project, but it demonstrates, I think, our commitment to implement the 4 R's. And I'm looking forward to seeing this machine turn on this morning and to see the first tires go through. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for allowing me to speak to you. I'd like to turn over now, if I could, to Jason Brown from Island Waste and our Island Recycling to say a few words as well. Jason?
Honorable Premier McLaughlin, Councillor Roy McTaggart, Chief Officer Jennifer Ahern, Director Roy Del Carter, government officials, distinguished guests, friends and family. Good morning and welcome to the sweet smell of the Georgetown land. It is so wonderful, isn't it? We are so pleased to have you here. You know, when inviting one of my siblings to this monumental occasion, she responded that she wouldn't miss it for the world. After all, she's super excited. She had never been invited to a dump before. There's a first time for everything, sis. Welcome to the dump. Get a little bit serious now. When embarking on a solution for this tire recycling project, we as a company, Island Recycling, and our partners, GRG, the Guernsey Recycling Group, had to get very creative to find an on-island recycling solution that could work. Recycling within island economies are very challenging at the best of times due to logistics and cost factors. When considering the former, the most effective method we saw after much consideration was using the scrap tires to produce a tire-derived aggregate, also known as TDA. We knew that when this material was produced correctly, it could be used by local developers who had a need for sub-base fill, as TDA has been successfully used in so many other jurisdictions globally. Well, we went through the tender process, and here we are today, making a little bit of history. To make this project a success, we had to find a local developer who could take this TDA product in large quantities. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our joint venture partners and main off-taker client for the process TDA, Davenport Development Limited. Special thanks to Paul, Ken, and Ian for working with us through the approval processes. We look forward to a successful venture together. Also, special thanks to Ironwood, who will hopefully come online and take some as well. I would also like to thank the government for this opportunity to provide this service and for your trust and belief in us. We will work hard to deliver a successful project. I think it's safe to say that this is the first recycling project of its class, caliber, and expertise. And as a young Caymanian businessman, I'm proud to be a part of it. Kudos to the government for keeping the momentum to keep this project and to make it happen. I will also say this is a very big first step towards mainstream waste management and recycling in Cayman. I will also say that we support government initiative for a fully integrated solid waste management system. Our island so needs it. Special thanks to the DEH operations crew. It takes cooperation to make these projects work. There's a lot of work that went on behind the scenes between us and DEH, and we appreciate them working with us so far. Special thanks to Mr. Trevor Masters, our technical consultant and advisor on the project. He has worked exceedingly hard on this project, and he's played a huge role in the design and delivery of this specialty machinery that you see behind us. Trevor's not one for frequenting these kind of events. He's probably hiding in his car at this time. But you will see him, and Trevor is the right man to ask all the fun technical questions. He'll give you a lot of insight. There's a lot of intricacies to the operations of this machinery. Special thanks to my Island Recycling Tyre crew. Guys have worked very hard to pull it together. And now the real work starts, gentlemen. Now the real work starts. Special thanks to our partners, GRG, for the support, guidance, and expertise to setting this project off on the right foot. And of course, thanks to my family for your support and encouragement. Family first, always. Last but not least, to my most important loving wife who supports all my crazy ideas. You know, like Councillor McTaggart said, I'm proud to be here today. This is a momentous occasion, huge step. And we're going to work as hard as we can to make this a success.